Theresa May was accused of a failure of leadership of the highest order after continually struggling to win the support. She needed to pass her Brexit divorce deal through the Commons in time for the UK to quit the European Union on March 29. Former US Ambassador Anthony Gardner claimed the Prime Minister had wasted 2 years trying to find agreement in Parliament and in Brussels due to her goal to take Britain out of the single market customs union while avoiding a hard border on the Isle of Ireland. Speaking to CNBC, Mr. Gardner said, "It's a mess, obviously. But I have to be very clear, I think this is a failure of leadership of the highest order. This government has never explained to the British people the real consequences of decisions that were put to it and the alternatives that there are today, and there have been. It's been trying to solve 3 things which can't all be solved at the same time," the former US diplomat continued. First, leave the customs union and the single market. Second, to avoid a hard border between Northern Ireland, and the third is to avoid a hard border in the Irish Sea. All 3 things can't be solved at the same time. You can solve 2 of the 3. Listen here. Latest Brexit news from the express.co.uk Final Countdown podcast. Brexit news. Gardner suggested May wasted 2 years as she tried to solve too many issues together. Image GETY CNBC. He added, "At no time has this government explained to the British people, here are the consequences of the decisions before you. Hence magical thinking. 2 years have been wasted." Theresa May sought reassurances from Brussels the backstop included in the Brexit deal would not be used to keep the UK closely aligned with the bloc indefinitely. Her attempts, however, did not win over MPs, who on Tuesday rejected her proposed divorce agreement. Senior aides have told Mrs. May she must announce when she will quit in order to secure enough backing from Brexiteers for her divorce deal. Her advisers have secretly admitted they believe she is finished and should fall on her sword in the wake of this week's further Commons defeats. 2 of Mrs. May's closest confidants told the Daily Telegraph the Prime Minister should announce a timetable for her departure so she can go with dignity. MPs last week defeated the government's attempts to keep a no-deal Brexit scenario on the table by a narrow 312 to 308 majority. Parliamentarians also voted to give Mrs. May a mandate to ask for an extension of the negotiations under Article 50. The results sparked the ires of Brexiteers, who on Saturday have begun a planned 270-mile march from Sunderland to London to protest the risk of a delay to Brexit. The March Leave, which was organised by the Leave Means Leave campaign, aims to hold Theresa May to the referendum result after a tumultuous weekend quitting the bloc on March 29. Nigel Farage slapped down the decision to seek an extension and joined the march in Sunderland, where he told express.co.uk, "Let's show our politicians there is a will out there for us to leave on the 29th of March as we were promised by the Prime Minister over 100 times. It's not difficult. Article 50 was very clear, you leave with or without a deal."